going on, guys? GZTV, the NBA games are over for the night. You know what that means. Obviously, we have some basketball to talk about. Pretty solid games on tonight, actually. Saw a couple decent battles. Nothing great. Well, I mean, the last game was pretty damn good, and that's kind of a miracle because why is my camera not... I need to turn my TV off for now. That's like distracting my camera. Okay. Yeah, we had, I think it was like 8 games. Sorry, I'm losing focus here. Yeah, the Dame and Dejounte battle, we'll talk about that here soon. My Celtics get a decent break, so they don't play till Wednesday. They play the Nets. But let's get to talking about these games. You know, you had the Magic and the 76ers going head-to-head, and not really sure how the Sixers lose games like this, but they did, and man. Paulo Banchero and the Magic rallied from an early hold. They beat the 76ers by 10. Great scoring and rebounding for Paulo Banchero, a rookie already making up some big performances. I'm really kind of pissed off that I ripped this Kyrie shirt, but big performances. The Magic were down by 21 points at one point in the first quarter, and they were able to come back and win the game. You know, Markelle Fultz had some tough shots. Paulo Banchero late in the game was throwing it down. Montrezl Harrell was throwing it down. Joel Embiid was playing good defense. You know, Paulo Banchero hitting all sorts of tough shots, and yeah, I mean, you look at Paulo Banchero, 29 points, 60% three-point shooter, 50% from the field. I mean, that's what you like to see out of him. 12 points, 10 assists for Markelle Fultz. 22 points for Mo Wagner off the bench, who's actually been playing some pretty good minutes for the Magic as of late. You move on. We look at the Sixers. It was just a one-man pony. The 30 points, 11 rebounds out of damn near MVP candidate Joel Embiid, starter snub, 33% three-point shooter, 55% from the field. You know, PJ Tucker and Paul Reed, they definitely need to start pulling their weight around here for this team. Paul Reed didn't get really that many minutes, but PJ Tucker plays 28 minutes in a game and only manages to get 2 assists. I mean, he's a decent defensive player, don't get me wrong. He had a block, but I mean, he had 4 rebounds, 2 assists in 28 minutes and a block. Like, that's not really productive starter minutes. But, yeah, let's just move on from there. Lakers-Nets, obviously, we thought this was going to be a good game looking at the schedule at the beginning of the season, but no LeBron James, no Anthony Davis, no Kevin Durant. Just keep letting the fans down by not playing, guys. Obviously, KD has a serious injury at hand. LeBron has, like, soreness, which, like, what the fuck? I don't know. Kyrie Irving has 26 points. The Nets beat the Lakers by 17 as LeBron James and Anthony Davis sit this one out. Kyrie was doing everything for the Nets this game. I mean, he was scoring, he was grabbing rebounds, passing the rock around. Yeah, they're able to get a win. Obviously, no LeBron, no Anthony Davis in this one. Kyrie Irving, late three-pointers in games, able to just extend leads. Patty Mills had a good-ass game off the bench, scoring-wise. They were in sharp, a very athletic guy, a very young guy for the Nets. Watanabe getting some scores. Kyrie setting him up. Dennis Schroeder hit some tough threes. That's really about it. Or a tough three. Troy Brown, I mean, shout out to Troy Brown. I've had a couple of complaints about him this season, but I mean, he had a good game. 11 points, 17 rebounds, 67% three-point shooting, 50% from the field, 17 points and 10 assists for Russell Westbrook off the bench. He shot 50% from 3, which is kind of an oddity for Russell Westbrook. But come on. Pat Bev has had a couple of good games this year, but this is not one of them. I mean, Pat Bev, you know, getting Juan Toscano and Damian Jones and Max Christie, you know, just guys like that, getting them kind of more involved instead of Pat Bev. I feel like they could play a lot more efficient minutes than him. But yeah, can't talk shit about Russell Westbrook when LeBron's out here skipping half the games. But 26 points for Kyrie Irving, 21 points off the bench for Patty Mills, and 21 points for the guy that doesn't smile, Cam Thomas. And he finally smiled during this game. He shot 67% from 3, had every reason to smile in this one. Moving on to Kings Timberwolves, I watched a decent amount of this game. This game went to overtime. It's a pretty good game. De'Aaron Fox and Trey Lyles helped the Kings outlast the Timberwolves by 7 in overtime. Great scoring for De'Aaron Fox, and an underrated part was Trey Lyles had a really good overtime period. He played great. Yeah. Sabonis thought he got ejected in this game, then he returned. It was a weird dynamic. Jaden McDaniels, big time 3-pointer to force overtime. Harrison Barnes was getting some tough ones. Anthony Davis was all over the court offensively for the Timberwolves, dunking it down, passing the ball. Anthony Edwards. Did I say Davis? I don't know. Anthony Edwards was fantastic in this one, but unfortunately they lost off of Domantas Sabonis, 17 points, 13 rebounds, 70% field goal, or overall shooting, 13 points and 13 rebounds for Keegan Murray, and 32 points for De'Aaron Fox. Such a strong team. These guys are 32 points for De'Aaron, shot 50% from 3. So, looking at the Timberwolves, 19 points and 14 rebounds for Rudy Gobert, 33 points for Anthony Edwards, continuing to have a really good season. Kyle Anderson's had some solid games in the past. I'm not really that big of a complainer here for him, but he could have done a little more. Taurean Prince, Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan needs to get more involved with this team. Naz Reid, Austin Rivers, just a decent amount of the guys off the bench that just didn't really pull their weight that well in this game. Let's just move on, though. Warriors Thunder, another solid game. I watched a little bit of this one. Steph Curry has 38 points and 12 assists as the Warriors beat the Thunder. The defending NBA champions are starting to hit their stride. They are a good team right now. I would say they're pretty good. Big scoring night, though, for Steph Curry. Tough loss for the Thunder. Josh Giddey scored more than they expect him to. Kevon Looney, a very underappreciated part of their franchise, getting up for blocks. Jalen Williams was hitting some threes. Muscala beat the buzzer with the 3. They were going at Curry. They were really going at Curry in this one. So, what the hell? Okay, let's look at the box score here for this game. I know the box score doesn't say everything, but I just want to give shout-outs to people that play well. 38 points, 12 assists for Steph Curry. He shot 60% overall, 28 points for Klay Thompson. The reason they're hitting their stride is really because of Klay Thompson, starting to put up better games. He getting into the swing of things. You guys got to remember, Klay Thompson is coming off of an injury. Well, maybe not. Well, he's still not fully 100%. That injury kind of messed with him. I don't know, maybe I can't say that. 31 points for SGA, 50% three-point shooting, 21 points for Josh Giddey, 33% from 3, 50% from the field. It's just Aaron Wiggins, Darius Bazley, Ousmane Dieng. It's just guys like that. And Ousmane Dieng, if they could play him a little bit more, I think he could help their team out. But, yeah, I'm not really sure. The Warriors are a good team. There's nothing shameful about losing to the Warriors right now. Maybe if it was towards the beginning of the season, but not anymore. Wizards Spurs, I don't know why I'm talking about this game. This was not a good game. Wizards end a 22-game skid in San Antonio. They beat the Spurs by 21. Best scoring game for Deni Avdija in his career. Bradley Beal is back and putting up some pretty good scoring numbers. Man, they lost 22 straight games in San Antonio against the Spurs before this, and wow, Deni Avdija, sweet offense for him. He was playing great. Keldon Johnson hitting some tough ones. Deni Avdija, tough ones. Trey Jones with some nifty shots. Kyle Kuzma's getting some tough ones to fall. Yeah, man, 21 points for Brad Beal off of 50% three-point shooting. Deni Avdija. It's not Avdija, it's Avdija, sorry. He had 25 points, didn't miss a single 3. Great game for him. Look at the Spurs. You get 26 points out of Keldon Johnson. He's trying. He's really all they have. I guess Zach Collins off the bench, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 50% three-point shooting, 60% from the field. That's something, I guess. But, man, Jakob Poeltl didn't play that well in this one. It was Jakob Poeltl, Isaiah Roby, Dougie McBuckets, Malachi Branham, just guys like that. Obviously, the Spurs season is pretty much over as we know it, but yeah. Pistons Mavs, a really good game here, and it shouldn't have been a good game. Luka will put this damn team on his back. Luka Doncic scores 53 in his return. The Mavs beat the Pistons by 6. I was looking at the box score, and there were points in this game where Luka had more than half of this team's points. It was ridiculous. And we're talking about, towards the end of the third quarter, he had 45 of their 83 points. And then starting the fourth quarter, he had, 45 of their 88 points. Man, it was crazy. Great scoring for Luka in his return, just putting on an absolute clinic, proving he's one of, if not the best player in the league. he played great. Big fourth quarter for Spencer Dinwiddie. Big shout out to him. He has big games when you want him to. Wasn't a great game for him, but yeah, they were able to win. Absolutely carried the Mavs. I mean, you talk about a carry. This is the definition of carrying a basketball team. Yeah, Luka did just that. Put the game away, spinning jumpers. I mean, chirping with the coaches. I love it. I love the energy that Luka showed in this game. I love that villain role. I don't know what the hell the Pistons coaches are talking about. Your team is 13-39. Like, please stop talking. I think you guys have like a... you guys have like a 25% win percentage. But, the step backs, finishing down low, dunking. I mean, Luka was like a 3-level scorer this game. He played great. I mean, the Pistons, obviously Bogdanovich was a pretty big problem for the Mavs. He put up 29 off of 67% shooting. But, I mean, they had some stragglers. I mean, Alec Burks, Kevin Knox, Isaiah Stewart. Those guys kind of struggled. So, but yeah, really it's just Luka Doncic. 53 points. Need I say more? Not really. Let's move on to the Raptors and the Suns. Mikal Bridges scores 29. The Suns pull away late. They beat the Raptors by 8. DeAndre Ayton had to do a double take in the final minutes as his Phoenix Suns pulled away for another win. He's like, wow, we're actually winning games without Devin Booker for once. DeAndre was throwing shit down. Mikal Bridges was getting some tough shots to fall all game. And yeah, Mikal Bridges is slowly becoming a very good basketball player, honestly, and a big role on a good basketball team. Man, I'm kind of proud of the Suns. I'm not a huge fan of their team, but he's starting to climb back into it. I'm a fan of Devin Booker. I'm going to be watching him when he gets back. But Precious Achiuwa for the Raptors continuing to have some solid minutes. 11 points, 12 rebounds, 24 points for Fred VanVleet, 21 points for Gary Trent off of 30% three-point shooting. I mean, it's just guys like Juan Hernangomez and Christian Coloco not quite pulling their weight for this team. And honestly, maybe they should get more in the rotation. Not really sure. But looking at the Phoenix Suns here, 29 points for Mikal Bridges. He shot 75% from 3, 22 points, 13 rebounds for the ever so consistent, and I don't know, DeAndre Ayton, he's consistent. What can I say? You don't normally see him have bad games. But let's get into the finale. This was possibly the best game of the night. Hawks and Blazers. Honestly, the best basketball game of tonight was Iowa State against Texas Tech, but we don't really talk about college basketball. Maybe we will more during March Madness. Yeah, maybe we will. Maybe we'll do some recaps. We'll have to see about it. But, talking about the Blazers and the Hawks. Damian Lillard scores 42 as the Trailblazers beat the Hawks by 4. Great scoring for him, and Anthony Simons had a big three-pointer, 35 seconds left in the game, and yeah, man. He unleashed. Obviously, Damian Lillard, he's had some great games this year. Obviously, he's not on a good team, but he's trying. He's trying to get them there. Anthony Simons, very big three-pointer. Dejounte Murray, ending the first half with a spree of threes. Damian Lillard, very slick offense, getting through defense. But him and Dejounte, that was a fun one. That was a fun battle between those two. One of the better head-to-head matchups we've had in a while. Obviously, Dejounte Murray wasn't guarding him the whole game. You had, Aaron Holiday out there. But, 40 points for Dejounte off of 50% overall shooting. You get 10 points, 15 rebounds for Clint Capella. Off the bench, 23 points for one of the best six men in the league. Bogdanovich, very underrated, 40% three-point shooter. He's damn near six man of the year. He's up there with, Brogdon and maybe even Bobby Portis. But Aaron Holiday, Trent Forrest, I think is his name. Not great games for those guys. I don't know. At the guard play, obviously not having Trae Young, that's the first thing we can blame this on. But yeah, those guys just didn't really pull their weight. The Blazers, on the other hand, they played really good. 22 points for Jeremy Grant, 42 points for Dame, 21 for Anthony Simons off of 67% overall shooting. That's going to do it for the video, though, guys. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Tomorrow I'm going to be discussing Dexter. I watched Dexter today. Yeah, I did. Okay. We're going to be talking about Dexter tomorrow. That's probably it for the videos. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your night. I've been running simulations on 2K, so there's that. I'm watching the Bucks play the Sixers right now, so that's pretty cool. I'm making some VC, and GCTV Live on Twitch, all lowercase. We're going to be doing some streams in the future for the grind.